Hello and welcome back to the TGG Dark Ages campaign. We're doing level 8, and we got the garbage heap again. With man, Hermit has been on so many of these boards. Like I talked about Hermit Market Square. Like Hermit has shown up at least twice without Market Square. This has been like at least like 6 boards with Hermit out of 8, I think. Anyway, so we've got. I mean, we're going to trash the Overgrown Estate. I just want to, look at the board. We do have plus buy this time, and we do have gains, and we have Fortress, so it is like robust plus buy. Got Grave Robber Fortress again, which with the garbage heap probably not that strong. I guess we'll see. I mean, if we draw a copper here, it might still make sense to get a witch. Yeah, but there is, I mean, there's actions, there's draw, there's gains, there's buys. The payload is not that strong, but we can still do some stuff here. Okay, well, we did not draw a copper, so... I'm wondering about just taking a workshop, honestly. There's a lot of stuff to gain with workshop. Like, normally, you'd be looking at, like, Hermit, Forager, but Moneylender. But with Garbage Heap, I don't know. That doesn't seem critical to get right on that to me. I think I'm going to take the workshop. All right. We're going to need plus actions from Fortress. Workshop can gain it. Workshop can gain other stuff too. I'm just thinking about, like, next turn, probably gain, like, a Smithy. Yeah, I think Smithy, and then... Do we want to go for Forager already? Get some plus buy. Because it's not like we have to trash with Garbage Heap. So it's not like Cathedral where we're going to be necessarily draining stuff out of our deck. And there are good cheap cards that we want to gain. Accelerating our trashing a little bit now, and then, whatever is like, unlike with Cathedral, that works. I think so. Well, that's unfortunate. I think I will still go ahead and trash. All right, let's just take another Fortress. Thinking about one more workshop. Still a lot of stuff to gain. We've got the fortresses. Okay, they get a witch. Does not super intimidate me. Question is, do we want to trash the fortress? Do we want to get a witch ourselves? I mean, they're pretty darn thin. I don't really think I care. Fortress. Just keep taking fortresses. Like, we're going to need more smithies at some point, but right now, we don't really. And having all the plus actions seems like a good thing. Maybe now we do take a silver. I don't Nothing else we can forage it. Power up our forager. They do have one. But okay. I guess another fortress. We could just go 2 fortresses and a witch. Like, yeah, the witch isn't that strong, but it's still like it is still something they need to deal with. Although their deck is incredibly thin. You could also think about Grave Robber. We have all these fortresses. If we're gonna do that, though, oh no, wait, yeah, we have the workshop. Okay, right. Other workshop. I mean, yeah, I'm getting one more smithy and a Grave Robber. I think I'm just gonna decline here. Really? All right, whatever. I'm gonna grab. Like, we had plenty of draw with 2 smithies and only not that many cards. I'm just gonna take all these fortresses. All right. Something that we want. Oh, they don't have the forager. Oh, interesting. Wait, they don't have forager or hermit? Maybe we should take a witch. Actually, should we take a grave robber? And then get the witch later? Probably. Okay, we're obviously doing that. Definitely use other smithy. Maybe we do take another forager. We do still have lots of actions. I guess I'll take another smithy and then, like, realistically, we're probably going to end up grave robbing some of the excess stuff here, but maybe we do go ahead and trash copper. Do that. And oh, did they gain their forager back? Oh, they did. At this point, we probably don't want 2 workshops. So we could grave robber a workshop. What about taking a gold, actually? It's like, I don't know, it's payload. Is this all of our fortresses? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Honestly, I think it might not be. I think that might be another one. Um, do we even want one workshop at this point is another question. Quite possibly not. Like, we have 4 smithies. Seems sufficient. Indeed, that is another fortress. As I suspected. Alright. So ultimately, we want more 5s if we want to grave robber them into provinces. But I don't know if we want to add... Like, we could just go, like, witch gold, and then start provincing next turn and plan to grave robber witches and grave robbers. But, like, I don't necessarily want to add, like, grave robber or mine to, like, as targets, like, before I draw. I guess piles are a little low, the witch thing. But I think we'll be fine. Garbage heap trashes a silver. What? Why? You don't need to do that. Two, three, four, 5, 6. I think these are both fortresses. Yep. So we still have excess smithies. So we probably do want to gain another grave robber here. I think we're going to go grave robber, fortress to grave robber. We gain another one. My thought was to then grave robber to province. Let's go ahead and trash copper. Well, that does give us... Hold on. We could get... We could buy double province if we keep that copper. Alternatively, we trash it and we get another gold. Then we can't grave robber. Grave robber, but maybe that's fine. So I also wasn't considering whether I could actually win the game here. Probably not. 3 buys. We grave robber fortress twice to grave robbers. Or we grave robber fortress to grave robber. We play... Hold on. Grave robber fortress to grave robber. Draw it with fortress. Grave robber... Smithy to grave robber. And there's 2 left. We have 1 grave robber left in our hand. I think we're a little bit short. Yeah, I think we should just do that. And I think we don't lower the grave robbers. I think we just trash this one. This could be a pretty unfortunate turn if we don't see any of our draw. Ridiculous. We do have a lot of draw. We really do. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and trash this copper. What to do with the grave robber? Quite possibly nothing. Quite possibly nothing. We have 3 fortresses here, so we have 5 fortresses in those 18 cards. Yeah. I'm not feeling top decking anything. Pretty obnoxious. I don't think their deck has the capability to take 3 provinces because I don't think they have the actions or the money. Yeah. All right. The easiest thing to do is surely to just double province. I guess we'll go ahead and give them the curses too. Yeah, we are a coin short, as I knew we would be because we trashed the copper, but that's okay. We can do that, and then we can do that, and then do... Oh wait, we don't need to be able to buy all the provinces if we... Yeah, okay, well, whatever. So, yeah, and they did end up with more curses. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think the AI had the right priorities here. Like, it got super thin, but not in a way where it had much, like its deck couldn't do very much. Double Hermit opening. I mean, I guess they did trigger a shuffle, but they didn't see the Hermit here. Yeah, you get the Madman, but you're like so thin that you don't even need it, really. And it doesn't help you gain more stuff. And then like end up buying a silver on turn 4, which I think looks pretty bad. And the Witch, like, I'm not gonna say it did nothing to hurt me, because it did have, like, you know, 1 or 2 turns where I didn't draw well, but, I mean, part of that is just, like, you know, like, you have terminal draw, you have stop card payload, like, there's not really any way to truly avoid the risk of that happening, and I don't know that the curses did all that much to contribute to it. I mean, obviously they don't help, but I think it was pretty marginal. Yeah. So I think, I think what the AI was doing like would make sense if you didn't have the garbage heap thing, but you did. Like if on this board with no garbage heap, I sure wouldn't open workshop. I can tell you that. I would probably open Hermit Forager. I mean, I would want to get to Witch, but I think I would. Yeah, I think I'd open Hermit Forager. I mean, I probably would eventually play with a workshop. It might not even be that, it might not even take that long to where I'd want to do it, but I wouldn't do it. I definitely wouldn't do it in the opening. Yeah. So, like, double Hermit, I still probably wouldn't do that. Because, like, I do want to, I want to have the copper trashing, like, available to me, and terminal collision is a thing, and yeah, I don't know. But I could see the argument for it, though, for sure. But yeah, I think, yeah, I guess I feel like the AI's, I mean, it obviously used the garbage heap, but aside from that, the AI's play, like, felt like not accounting for garbage heap being here, which does make some sense because, like, the AI doesn't have, it's like it uses, like, training data, right? And it doesn't train on this. Although in general, it seems to be, I do think it's weaker in the campaigns than it is in the dailies, and I think that is probably, if not the entire reason, then at least part of the reason why. But it doesn't seem to be like a huge gap to me. Like, it's not like totally just flummoxed by the changes. So I'm not really sure, exactly what to make of that. But anyway, did I mention that this is another board with Hermit? I mean, or did I mention that at the beginning? Maybe I did mention that at the beginning. That, like, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I can't remember whether it was the previous one or this one where I mentioned, but it's like it's like we had like 4 Hermit Market Square Kingdoms in the first like 5 or something like that, and then I think maybe Hermit has been, like, I think Hermit has been in all but 1 or 2 of the kingdoms, including like the 4 times that we had Hermit Market Square. Like, what is up with this? Gosh. Like, I mean, I guess if they are just randomly generated, like, obviously that can happen when you're only working with 2 sets, but I guess I would have thought, you would maybe, like, try to do something about that. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time for level 9 as we approach the conclusion of the Dark Ages campaign. Until then.